So, are you someone who often prefers your own company? Maybe you feel most at home when it's just you and your thoughts? Well, if that's you, then what I'm about to share might just be one of the most validating things you hear all day. We're going to dive into the psychology of solitude. And it turns out it might be a sign that your brain is wired in a really fascinating and pretty powerful way.
Just let that sink in for a second. This idea that those little habits that society sometimes sees as, well, weird, aren't quirks at all. They could actually be signs of a highly evolved mind. It's a total game changer in how we think about introversion, and it's backed by some really compelling psychology.
Seriously, think about it. Have you ever been in a situation, especially a social one, and just felt like you're operating on a completely different frequency than everyone else? If you're nodding along right now, then stick around. We're about to connect a whole lot of dots for you.
Okay, so let's start with this whole idea of having an outsider's brain. That feeling of being different, it's not just in your head. There's a real reason for it.
And this right here, this is the core message. If you've ever felt like an outsider, it's so important to hear this. You're not broken. You're not missing some essential piece. Your mind just processes the world and relationships and information on its own unique terms. It's a different operating system, not a faulty one.
So that brings us to our next idea, which I love, the efficiency of solitude. This is where we take those common and, let's be honest, often negative labels and we just flip them completely on their head to show what's really going on underneath. You know this one, right? People might see you as antisocial, but the reality? It's actually social burnout. It's not that you dislike people at all. It's just that your nervous system gets totally overstimulated, and you need that quiet time, that alone time, to reset, to calm down, and just feel balanced again. Or what about this one? You avoid small talk, and people think you're disorganized or maybe even rude. No way! It's actually a form of mental efficiency. You're being super selective with your brain power, saving your cognitive bandwidth for the conversations and thoughts that actually mean something to you. Why waste energy on the fluff?
And that look people might call aloof, it's so often a deep-seated independence, a kind of silent strength. For some, this actually comes from something called rejection sensitivity, which is basically a heightened emotional radar for criticism. So over time, you learn that relying on yourself is just safer. It's a strength you've built, not a wall you've put up.
Okay, now for the really exciting part. Because these traits, they aren't just quirks or defense mechanisms. They are, in so many ways, your hidden superpowers.
You know what some people might call overthinking? Well, psychology has a much cooler name for it: cognitive complexity. This is your brain's amazing ability to go deeper, to analyze every single angle and to see all the connections and consequences that just fly right over other people's heads. It's an incredible tool for solving problems.
And this is why solitude is your secret weapon. It's because of something called the incubation effect. It explains why your most brilliant aha moments, your most creative ideas, they almost always pop into your head after you've stepped away from all the noise. Your brain needs that quiet space to connect all the dots.
And hey, if you talk to yourself, you're not going crazy. You're actually engaging in high-level verbal reasoning. It's this amazing structured process your brain uses to sort through complex thoughts, weigh all the options, and literally solve problems more efficiently. It's like having your own personal board meeting, anytime you want.
So when you start to put all these little pieces together, you realize they're not random at all. They form a clear, coherent, and really powerful pattern that just defines how your brain works. So, do you see the pattern here? It's like a chain reaction. Your need for solitude is just your brain recovering from social burnout. That space lets you be mentally efficient and build that silent strength. And in that quiet, your overthinking transforms into cognitive complexity, your self-talk becomes verbal reasoning, and bam, you unlock your best ideas through the incubation effect. See? It all connects.
And really, that's the whole point. Understanding this pattern, the why behind your habits, it's so incredibly empowering. Because once you finally see the unique architecture of your own mind, you can stop blaming yourself for being different, and you can start embracing the incredible, powerful way that you are wired.